F1 Esports, the biggest event of racing games when it comes to esports, where the 20 best drivers around the world on F1 2019 in this case race against each other. Throughout the year we had 5 qualifications attempts on F1 2019 for qualifying to the 2020 season, and I'm going to take part on the final one. It's going to be my first esports event in my F1 career. Can I qualify in it? I'm gonna say the answer now. No, I'm not going to qualify in it because, for obvious reasons, I had a wheel 1 week ago, my first attempts to qualifying to esports. So with that, I'm going to use 2 assists to this. I'm going to use the racing line to know where the braking zones are, and the ABS. The rest of the assists are off. And second one, I don't play F1 2019 every single day, like 4 hours a day, to get experience. So yeah, there you go. I'm not going to qualify, but stick with it. Welcome to another video, guys. My name's Tom and welcome back to another video. Don't quit the video because you're going to see my first esports event on my F1 career. Make sure to smash like and subscribe channel if you new see plenty more Formula 1 content. Really motivates me to make more. If you could that, I would be very thankful. But yeah, F1 2020 esports, the last chance to everyone to qualify for next season, and here we are. I did some practice before my first attempts to get used to the track, use some setups, and I think I have a pretty solid base of this track now. As you can see, I've done so far 27 laps, and I'm trying to find the limits of the track, try to see where I can put the throttle, the best gears to use, and I think, like I said, I think I have a good base now of this track, and at lap 30 I said, okay, I think that's enough. 30 laps I think were pretty good, and we finished in time trial with a 1 minute 8.9, so that was very good. I was 7 tenths off teammate Maddock, Ben Daly, aka, and I was pretty confident. Yeah, it's a shorter track, but I felt I was really happy with the progress that I've done over the course of this time trial event. But here we are, guys, Brazil. We're going to drive the racing point of Sergio Perez. At the moment we are in P13, but we have to finish at least in P10, and the guys ahead of us are so much slower, like 2 seconds a lap, and we have brand new set of soft tires. So here's our first victim, is the Williams of George Russell. Slipstream on him, and we're going to try to go around the outside a little bit deep, try to put the throttle down, and that's not the best introduction to esports, but we'll see what we can do in this event. Second attempt, and this time, no, we didn't get it right because I'm being a little bit impatient. I'm going to tell you what is all about this. You basically have to be absolutely 100%, 120%, I should say, perfect. You have to use all the track available, every single centimeter, millimeter of track that you can use. You have to manage very well your battery, your ERS. In terms of fuel, it's okay, you can go rich in the whole challenge, and we're going to try up inside of Danica Kvyat, but the move wasn't there. These guys are so slow, and I don't know what I'm doing here, and these guys are so slow. They are on 1R tires, and I'm in brand new softs, like 2 laps old or something like that. So just see the pace difference, and slipstream on Kvyat, and we're going to get DRS, a nice slipstream, open the DRS, overtake mode, bridge mix, and we're going to cross the line. And yeah, we didn't see the lap. It's a 112.0. In this first attempt, I decided to go with the stock setup to see then the difference between the stock setup and the custom setup that I found on internet, and then tested the wings to see what was the perfect balance. I know that I wasn't going to be perfect, but I wanted to see where my comfort zone was. So try to go around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. That was a pretty sweet move. And one thing that is important as well is the places where you're going to overtake the AI. If it's a zone like I did on Nico Hulkenberg, it's very bad. It's in the straight, it's perfect. You get DRS, slipstream, everything you want, extra speed, and we cross the line and we finish in P10. 117 of total points, so it was a pretty good base. We can do much more than that. Was just the first one. And here my setup, if you want to see, full 6 wings, I think was the perfect balance. It was 3-5, but I felt the car a little bit loose, so I decided to put a little bit of more wings on the car, a little bit of more downforce. I think because in terms of straight line speed is pretty decent with this Mercedes engine, and with the slipstream on the cars, I think we can do a great job with more wings. So as you can see, trying to find the limits of the car, try to see the perfect trajectory at the center S was very complicated. You're going to see over the course of this video that the center S was one of the most difficult corners to manage to go flat out, because basically this challenge is not a challenge, it's an event. Is a time trial. You have to bear in mind with the tires, because of the carcass temperature, you can't turn too much the wheel as a inside of Danica Fiat, and that is the worst place that you can overtake at the track, because you need all the track to get the best exit speed as you can, because you're going to basically it's a straight line section ahead of you, and you need the best exit as you can. And what we did to Fiat, I think, is one of the last things that you want to do in this kind of challenge. But here is one of the best places to make the overtake. Very easy on Nico Hulkenberg, and go round the outside. The best option to overtake a car in corners like this, like turn 4, the best option is going round the outside, not on the inside. I found that. And across the line, P9 once again, and we do improve our score by 9,000 points. Nice progress, doing some inroads, and the difference between the stock setup and a custom setup was 9,000 points, which is a lot. I'm not saying that it's going to decide your qualification, but in terms of going up of position, that's a lot. Trust me, is a lot. And I'm not an F1 veteran, so just doing now after the attempt, try to push the limits of this racing point. And I forgot to mention about the difficulty. In these first attempts, I'm doing like, and there is the first penalty of the event. I'm seeing, I wasn't that much worried with the penalties. I used some flashbacks in this attempt because I spun out, and I used 2 flashbacks. I had a 3-second time penalty, and in result of that, with the penalties, I gained a lot of some time on the track, and we are on the tail of Carlos Sainz. So we're going to open the DRS overtake mode, and this is going to be very close, but we only just across the line in P8, but with the penalties we've been demoted into P9. So like I was saying, in terms of difficulty, I'm running with 100% difficulty, but in the next attempts after this one, I'm going to change to 103, because I think the position where the AI weren't the best. So I decided, okay, I'm going to put the AI a little bit faster to see if I can get better places, and I'm going to see if I can lose less time, and if you put the difficulty higher, logically that your score is going to be better. So we now this is my first attempt with the 103 difficulty, and as you can see, George Russell is on the second sector, and we even didn't overtake him. So the AI is like 5/10 quicker in comparing with the 100 and the 103. So, or maybe 3/10. I consider that one difficulty is like 1/10 faster, 1.5 faster. So this is the second attempt, and now we've been so much faster. But we lost some time with George Russell, because we had to go run outside, and we lost a little bit the back end. Try to put the power down as early as you can. That's very important. And on Kvyat, we made a move. We still showed some resistance. I had to put on second gear to get a little bit of more rotation, but we made a move, thankfully. And at the end of the day, we across the line in P10. We couldn't catch Hulkenberg, but in the final race results, it's going to be P11, because I had 9 seconds in penalties, and that was a lot. And you can see in the total points. Like I said, I wasn't worried. I was just trying to push the limits of the car, just to see to get a bad attempt. And in this case, it was. We just finished behind Nico Hulkenberg, and this time we get just 1 penalty, and as you can see the result. But we still didn't beat our best result. So we're doing everything that we can to do the best results that we can get in this event. And this phase of the challenge was being a little bit frustrating, because you're going to see now some fail attempts. This is everything that you are seeing. These mistakes was everything in a row. Between my last run and my best run, that's what I'm going to show you. Everything was just spins and mistakes, and me restarting the session all over again. But you join me now on this lap. This is now my best run of the event, so I'm going to show you a lap around Interlagos as we chase down George Russell and overtake Danik Viat. DRS is going defensive, so we're going to brake a little bit later than him. The tire confidence is absolutely abysmal because we have new soft tires and he has one hard tires. So, and like I said, we are 2.5 seconds per lap. 2.5 seconds per lap in the maximum. Going through the long right-hander, you have to be patient. The fifth gear, I think for me, was the best gear to go in it, and this section is a second gear to get a little bit more rotation, but we have to change instantly during the acceleration to third gear, and we, as you can see, going start to catch Danik Viat in this section. When you're is so good to go during qualifying, but when you are stuck in dirty air, is an absolutely nightmare. It absolutely destroys your tires. It rockets your tire temperatures. Is the worst thing that you can have, especially in a challenge like this where you have to be pushing as hard as you can. 111.4, and now we're chasing down Kevin Magnussen. So what I found really hard in this event, in this challenge, was tire temperatures. I was trying to turn the wheel as maximum as I can to get a better turn. I'm not turning all the wheel, but try to turn a little bit more than that is usual to get a better exit speed. But that didn't work because the tires were getting overheated, and then I was losing pace, and there was no point. Running outside of Nico Hulkenberg, and as you can see, we were so close to Carlos Sainz in this attempt with a 103 AI. So just to see how much I improve over the course of this event, and we do going to cross the line with no flashbacks, no penalties, and it's going to be P9 in this Brazilian Grand Prix. So it's time to see the result. It's so close to 130, but I absolutely take that in my first esports event. And in terms of leaderboards, we are in the top 9%. I'm more than happy. For me, top 9% is a win for me. Like I said, I had a wheel 1 week ago, and now jump on the wheel for the first time in 2 years and doing an event like this, and being on the top 9%. I think we could get on the 93 flat. I'm not if I spend a little bit some more hours on this challenge, I think we could get a 93 flat. So, but yeah, I'm more than happy with this challenge. So make sure to smash like and subscribe channel. In terms of prizes, we receive a good amount of credit points, and we receive an esports glove. So, and they look pretty sick. I think you had to get in the top 5% to get the helmet, but I absolutely take that. I absolutely love those gloves, and I'm pretty pleased with my first esports event. So guys, I'm going to finish the video here. Let's see if in the next esports event I can get a little bit better, but for me that's everything. My name's Tom, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time, and I'll see you in esports 2020. Who knows? Probably not.